Hi, Teacher Bridget. Can you hear me? Angalia mic yako umemute. I'm good. How about yourself? I can see weekend manenos, eh? Now we tunaenda live kwa studio shortly. It's just a basic conversation on what is happening in the schools, school unrest, the courses, and all that. Of course, a few other panelists will be joining us a bit later. So that's what we are going to focus on. Eh? Good. Allow us to go to the studio live. Ladies and gentlemen, all over the globe, wherever you are following us from, welcome to our Power Talks with the CEO. And today, our hot topic of discussion is connecting the dots. What exactly is happening in our schools? And as you are all aware, maybe just to give us a background information, is that 30, approximately 30 secondary schools, boarding secondary schools, have officially closed in the past few days. Reason being school unrest. Yesterday, but one, the Education Permanent Secretary, Ambassador Julius Bitok, speaking at Nairobi Girls, Nairobi Girls High School, indicated that schools are not going to close early. Sorry, it is Kenya High, not Nairobi Girls. Kenya High. He said that schools are not going to go on break early before the stipulated mid-time and Minister of Education calendar. But despite that, 30 schools have been closed. Some of the reasons being given by learners at Lenana was a failed annual event that was mishandled by the organizers of the event. Not so sure whether the organizers are the school administration, the teachers, or the students themselves. Alliance Girls in Kikuyu, learners setting ablaze mattresses, although it was in a store facility, no casualty was reported, no injury, but destruction of school property. So my big question today is, what exactly is happening in our schools? If these learners are going to be away from school indefinitely, I don't know what indefinitely means, but these are lessons which are going to be missed. Of course, the curriculum delivery is going to delay, and so many other things happening in the school calendar. So this is the conversation we want to have this afternoon or evening, or very early in the morning in the US, Texas, guys. Hi. We want to understand what is the cause of this devil in the room called school unrest. I'm going to switch our studio to allow our Zoom participants to just give us their views as we continue. So stay put and hooked as we continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you, and we are so sorry for that technical hitch that we just faced, and the conversation was going on very, very well with teacher Bridget Kaki, a teacher and also a parent, sharing her thoughts on the ongoing issues within our schools. And from her observation, she made very touching issues. Number one, that parents do not have time with their children. That is the first dot that is missing. So this evening, even as we reflect on this subject matter of connecting the dots, you as a parent, how connected are you to your children? Yeah. Are you the kind of parent who is there for the children, following what they are doing, checking on what they are doing in terms of their discipline, their behavior, their character, or you are the hands-off kind of parent? We all have a responsibility as parents to parent our children all the way. And parenting is not just about provision. Parenting goes far and beyond providing for the children. Do you know who their friends are, for example? According to teacher Bridget, most of the parents do not know who stays with their children. They do not know who is working with their children. They do not know who is spending a lot of time with their children. In the days when we were growing up, we belonged to the entire village. You make a mistake, you meet a neighbor, they'll handle you and correct you. And we thought that that kind of discipline was a bit too much, and that is why we said, let us banish corporal punishment. I'm not advocating that we should go back to corporal punishment, but having banned corporal punishment in our schools, does this mean we have disempowered our teachers and given children more powers? This evening, I was watching, before coming to today, I was watching a small clip comparing the children growing in the 80s, in the early 2000s, and today, where social media has taken captive of our children and our parents. A modern child grows up in an environment where internet is there, electronic gadgets are there, they are smart, and as a result, they have adapted our duties from our parents, from our children, and as parents, we have given children so much freedom, such that they over-rely on social media, they over-rely on television, they over-rely on their telephones, and it becomes a bigger fight if you want to engage children by not giving them their smart gadgets. So probably this is one of the missing links. This is one of the dots that is not connected. As you are giving your child that telephone, that internet, that laptop, that computer, to be able to interact with it freely, have you been able to set boundaries? Do we have boundaries in the modern parenting world? Or we are in a laissez-faire kind of system where you do what you please? You want to go to school? Well and good, go. You don't want to go to school? Don't go. You want to behave well? Good for you. You don't want to behave well? Good for you. Is that where we have reached as parents? Unfortunately, to some extent, yes. I've been able to interact with a few parents, and we've had a conversation where a parent laments that the child is the one dictating things in the house of the parent. Come on. You are the one paying the bills. You are the parent here, the grown-up person. You cannot be taken captive by the child and have the child control you. There has to be some boundaries set so that our children are not necessarily going, to be the ones dictating things. Yeah? We must, in a way, agree to disagree here. Agreeing to disagree means that we must come up with mechanisms where we are going to set boundaries, and the boundaries should be healthy boundaries. Let the children know that the government expects corporal punishment not to be there. But despite the government expecting corporal punishment not to be there, it does not waive the duties, the rights, the privileges of a parent. So you as a parent, you are the one who is supposed to set the rules in your house. Have boundaries. Do we still have boundaries? If we do not have boundaries in our homes, then we are getting things wrong, and we need, or rather it is a high time that we made things right. Set boundaries with your children. Let them know how far they can go. Let them know the consequences of their actions, that they don't just choose things and then they go away scot-free. There have to be consequences. If we do not set the boundaries early and we ensure that we reinforce those boundaries, tomorrow somebody said we are going to hire a lawyer to defend the criminal intents of our children. Why? Because we did not instill discipline and control over their lives and their behavior early. The second thing that came out clear was that we do have teachers who are not motivated. And because teachers are not motivated, then it means that they stick to their lanes. What is the lane of a teacher? Go to classroom, say hello to the children, whether they are there or they are not there, deliver your content, and then go home, wait for the salary. Is this a failure of the teachers, or it is a failure of the system? We already have the positive discipline manual, which came into effect from 2020 to 2023, approved by the current government, if I'm not wrong, and signed by the current PS for Education Ambassador Julius Bitok. And the positive discipline manual is very elaborate. It is wide. It has so many important things where now, as a teacher, you are supposed to sit down with your child, with your learners, explain to them what exactly is expected of them. Set boundaries. That is one of the key points in the positive discipline manual. So as a teacher, yes, we have taken away corporal punishment from you, but we have not demoted you from being the teacher. We have not waived your rights and privileges and duties of being the lead person in the class. So it is you to set boundaries of acceptable behavior and unacceptable behavior. Do we have those healthy boundaries in school? Do we have behaviors known to the learners? Do the children know that this behavior is acceptable? Do you sit down with the parents, even as they admit their children, and tell them clearly what is expected of the parent and what is expected from the teacher and what is expected from the learner, and what are the consequences of going beyond what is expected? I think this is a good point to go back to the discourse again and ask ourselves, do we make the expectations clear? Or it is a matter of, teacher, here is my child, I've paid school fees, bye-bye. And for you as a teacher, okay, your parent has paid school fees, go to class, wait for the lesson? No. If that is the way we are going to conduct business, then I'm afraid we are going to lose an entire generation. We are not just going to lose an entire generation, but it is also going to cost us big time. Why? When the parents are required to account and take responsibility for the behavior and consequences of their children's actions, it is the parent who is going to pay the extra school fees. I saw also in the past week, I think parents going to the street and demonstrating over added fees, being required to pay and settle the damage that their children did. And again, we hurt because we are parents. We are the same who are paying the school fees. The economy is not doing very well. So, is it possible to reduce some of these things? And could boundaries be one of the approaches to pursue? This is a good point to end our reflection and our discussion. We are so much grateful for joining us and following this conversation on our social media. We are so much sorry that our panelists, some of our panelists could not join, probably because of technical issues and again, being a weekend, but we are going to follow through in our next episode just to try and understand the missing link and how can we help to connect the dots. But from today's discussion, it is very clear that three missing links are there. Number one, teachers are not motivated enough. There is a dot of motivation. Number two, there is a lamentation that teachers have been disempowered and they are left at the mercy of children, which I tend to disagree that teachers do not have power. Set boundaries. The classroom is your turf. Dictate the rules. If you want to sit in my class, you have to behave. If you want to continue with the lesson, then you have to follow prescribed behavior. It doesn't have to be corporal punishment. There are other things that we can include in the entire process of molding and shaping up our children. In our next conversation, we're going to host a few learners and try to understand from their perspective. And we will also be having a conversation with parents to try and understand from their perspective, is it true that parents do not know their children, they are not in touch with their children, they are not connected with their children, and that is what is causing this misbehavior in our learning institutions. And we are going to ask our learners and children as well, is it that they miss the can? Or what exactly is not working? From my end and from the studio, we thank you very much for taking your time to join us in this conversation. We are going to continue the conversation on our social media handles. Please follow the conversation, comment, like, share. Let us learn and teach each other and be intentional about parenting our modern children right. Let us aspire to connect the dots, be there. We don't have to punish the children and inflict pain to correct their behavior. Definitely, there must be other alternatives that we can all pursue for the good of the next generation that we have. From my end, we appreciate you. We wish you a very fulfilling, rejuvenating weekend as you recharge. And please Let us be intentional to connect with our children, connect with our teachers, connect with the school, and know who our children's friends are. Bye-bye. God bless you.